Now, let's get into Lights. Lights, such an amazing artist. I have liked Lights since the beginning of her career. I think I said at the beginning of the video, her first album, The Listening, with the song Ice. That's when I discovered her. One of the few memories I have in my brain of discovering an artist through the radio, which didn't really happen often. But when I heard Lights on the radio, that's really when, like, to me, I discovered this artist who's also Canadian, who, if I'm not mistaken, grew up in the same town that my great grandmother was born in or grew up in, possibly, which I believe is Timmins, Ontario. I might be wrong though. I've liked every single one of her projects. I think my favorite project was Skin and Earth. I believe that the album was such a cohesive experience and such a great cross between rock and pop, or rock elements, I guess, and just staying in the pop realm. And it was joined with a not a manga, but a comic that she did that I unfortunately never put my hands on. But that album to this day is one of my, and do not think this lightly when I say it's one of my favorite albums, I think, in terms of concepts, in terms of sound. Skin and Earth just did something to me. I remember when I first heard the song, Skydiving. Just the opening of the album, the intro, the harmonies in the intro. It's just such a moment to me. And we really go through a whole story in that album. And that was beautiful to me as somebody who appreciates cohesiveness and storytelling. So anyway, yeah, it's just... I feel sometimes like I'm the only one who likes Lights in my bubble, in my little, in my community, I guess. Although she's a lot more known. Yeah, I think I had like a syntax error in my brain. She's a lot more known than I feel like she is. I don't know. She can sell out tours and put out this music, but I feel like I've always been the only one in my area to like her, like among the people that I know. Anyway, but she's one of my Canadian... I mean, there is so much good Canadian music that I feel like a lot of like people around the world don't know of. And I might do a live stream where I go through Canadian music that I want to suggest. But yeah, just Lights is one of those, like... She produces her music, she writes her music, she performs well, she has played with different sounds over time, she has evolved as an artist incredibly. I like the aesthetics that she creates for each album. I've had a long-lasting relationship musically with Lights. I think she's a defining sound for my childhood as well, my teenage years. So yeah, I love her as an artist. Her name sounds familiar, but I don't... Okay, well, actually, you know what? It's only 9:36, which I was expecting the reaction to Lady Gaga's album to last longer. So what I can do very, very quickly is kind of play snippets of the music that she did, show a bit of her discography, to provide a bit of background as we head into the new single, because we have a bit of time for that. So let me do that. Okay, Lights. Started with the album The Listening. The single that I, like I said, discovered her with was Ice. So let me play some of that. And I'm going to skip it to the chorus. Wait. Okay. Whoops, I kind of stopped it accidentally. But this is like the first single that I became aware of. And then there were like other songs like February Air and Second Go. Oh my God, the memories attached to that. Let me play a bit of Second Go, because I remember playing specifically that song quite a bit. skip. Ooh, that timing was really good. So that was 2009 when the album The Listening came out. And I'd listen to it now and I feel like it's music that is so still modern and like fitting for now. Like it sounds like it could have been something that came out like this year. So yeah, so that is her, I think, first album technically. And then she released Siberia in 2011, which had the great single Toes that I remember replaying so much. Hold on, let me skip to the chorus. So that was one single. And I also remember Everybody Breaks a Glass, and there's like distortion in it, which I found so cool at the time. It was one of the rare songs that there was like a very present, intense, like presence of a presence. Interesting choice of words. Anyway, I'll make you listen to a bit of it. Let me skip.
It's not a song, not a soft thing to pull up like a smoke screen.
Like this is a distortion I'm talking about. Skipping forward a little bit. And it kind of goes back into the distortion. Very like electronic pop, electronica, which I liked a lot at the time. That's really, I think, around the time that I really discovered like synth music as a thing. So that was part of her album Siberia. Then she came out with Little Machines in 2014. Siberia rings a bell. I think it was around the time of Little Boots' second album. You know what? Actually, Little Boots does sound familiar. So it could be around the same time. Yeah, maybe. Interesting. And then I remember one of my top songs, I guess, from that album was Same Sea, that had a music video to it.
Going the distance, every occasion, headed for somewhere out.
I'm just gonna skip to the chorus as well.
To the deepest end, places we break in bed. You're the one in it with me. No matter how far we get, oceans we are in.
It's just like the synth chorus.
And when the chorus circle back again, they'll carry us
There you
with
go.
them to the arms of the same sea.
Yeah. That was one of them. But there were multiple singles that came out. I remember Running with the Boys, which reminded me of like my mom with my dad, my brother, and I. Portal was a very interesting opener to the album. But I think that was the first time that she released. No, actually, she did for Siberia release an acoustic version of a couple of the tracks on the project, and she did the same with Little Machines, which was this album, which, I mean, it was not only an acoustic version, but also sounded like a night. And it's called Midnight Machines, that version, but it's like a darker, very like nighttime adaptation of the sound. So like, I'll play the same song, but the acoustic version. And it's one of those albums I used to listen to as a kid to fall asleep. Like I would put that if I had trouble falling asleep, and I would just like listen to it to fall into a calm state. I'll skip forward as well.
Caught in the waves, tread the water in the
It was beautiful.
just waiting for the tides to meet. And when the currents take us out again to opposite oceans, out of the hands of safety, from the shallows to the deepest end.
So yeah, so that was, I remember listening to that acoustic EP a lot as well. Then she went on to Skin and Earth. And I'm gonna have to jump into the new single, I know. But like, I'm just gonna show one song from Skin and Earth, which was Skydiving. And that really, really got me. Like the other songs were really good too. And overall, the whole album, like I said, it's, I think, the one I like the most. But Skydiving was such a change, I guess, in sound to me that, well, the overall album had a bit more of a rock presence, but I particularly fell in love with the Skydiving.
It all starts here with the rush of blood to the head, and I feel no fear.
There's something about it that sounds so soft.
You pull me in. I'm doing things I never would do. My pulse racing. I'm coming to life with you.
Skip forward.
A little unruly. No guts, no glory. You got me skydiving. You got me high flying. I'm jumping off of the road now. Never stop, never slow down. Skydiving. I'll take the leap.
Yeah, there was something so soft about this album, but so rough at the same time. It's like some tracks are very like rock formation, some tracks are very like I don't have any other word to describe that, but soft. So yeah, that was one album, and then Pep, I liked it. I think that Skin and Earth kind of put so much of a bar in terms of her music that I went like, oh, okay, this is a little bit different, and I reverted back to Skin and Earth, I think, because of how much I liked it. But yeah, she apparently is going back to her original sounds-ish with her new single, Damage. And this is what I wanted to listen to today. So without further ado, let's play it. Ooh.
I'm headed down a rabbit hole. Does anybody want anything? I'm gonna be wild, be away all week. I'm not gonna answer text, fuck it, I'll delete all my contacts, but I won't really though, because I need attention. I'm in attention, oh, I better post a picture so you know I'm alive, so you can
Okay.
think about me. I swear this isn't me. This is the damage talking. It's
Ooh.
the damage talking. I swear this isn't me. This is the damage talking. It's the damage.
Yeah, it sounds like Little Machines a little bit.
I better not get it out of hand, 'cause nobody likes a crazy bitch. So I'll go to therapy and blame myself, and they'll validate me 'cause I pay them to. But when I get home, gonna lay there awake, trying to figure out how not to make a mistake. When I tell them all I'm bulletproof, you better goddamn be telling the truth. I swear this isn't me. This is the damage talking. It's the damage talking. I swear this isn't me. This is the damage talking. It's the damage talking.
discovering her music at the time. Whoa. I hope she didn't hurt her voice doing that. Yeah. I mean, this is, I react to a lot of like very, like, I don't know how to call it, energetic pop, young pop, mainstream radio pop. That's very bright and happy. But I also have times where I like to resort back to a little more of, a little bit of an edgier, not that this is extremely edgy, but like some sort of sound that's a little more singer-songwriter, a little more like in your own universe, your own mental space. And Lights has generally provided such such great pieces for that. And I think this is definitely up that alley. It really reminds me of the album that came out, Little Machines, and, you know, the whole, it's kind of when she, from Siberia to Little Machines is the moment that she started incorporating more like rock element to her production. Siberia still being very synth pop, synth electronica, and Little Machines being that moment where we started seeing a lot more like electric guitar in the production, a lot more like organic drum, and so yeah, it reminds me of that switch, that transition, and it really reminds me of like when I was a teenager. So I liked it a lot. I really did like it a lot. Yeah, so that kind of covers it for Lights for today. I think she might have come up with or come out with a music video, but like I said, unfortunately, I can't do it, even though I wish I could. Maybe one day I'll get an agreement with YouTube, and they'll allow me to use content from other channels as a professional reactor. But I highly, highly suggest, if you want to get into Lights, to discover her discography. She's got so many albums and projects, and, you know, she's done a bit of dance music with Felix Cardo especially. She's done a bit of like rock music. She's done, you know, a very large breadth of music. So I highly recommend her. She's actually done a song with like Dead Mouse as well. Millennium, which I didn't know. Wow, I just discovered that, so I might have to get back into it. But yeah, no, she's a great artist, and proud to be Canadian. And I think I've seen her once or twice perform at Canada Day, like in Ottawa or something. I've never actually had the chance to go see her live in concert. I feel like every time that I wanted to, something kept on happening and I didn't go. But one day I'll see her, and I'll see one of her shows.